After the mega success last year, the Biggest Loser Asia was back for a second season with a bang. This time around,
Mabuhay Manila!
Good morning, Malaysia!
Christy and Dave played a big part in the audition process as they embarked on a search across Asia.
Sawadee-ka, Thailand!
Good morning, Singapore!
Good morning, Jakarta!
Thousands turned up to grab this chance to change their lives for the better. Each of them hungry to lose big and win big. With a grand prize of $100,000 US,
Go!
they went all out.
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know?
Oh, are you okay?
My mom has diabetes. My dad just passed away. I don't want that to happen to me.
Out of the thousands of hopefuls, only 16 deserving ones made it into the competition.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
With a spanking new cast and a twist right at the start,
Season 2 is all about expecting the unexpected.
the second season was ready to erupt.
The fastest male, female contestant will be appointed captains and will have the power to choose which contestants will be your respective teammates.
Being captain of a team gives you an upper hand over everyone else. At that point, I wanted it bad.
And for the very first time,
Go!
the selection of teams was left in their own hands.
Good job, Raj!
When I crossed the line, I was very happy. I'm taking control of the game and I get to decide who I want on my team. I'm going to play this like a game and I'm going to play this to win.
We got our fastest girl.
I was feeling a bit conflicted. To be team captain is going to be like a huge responsibility to take care of your team members.
With Raj and Fish becoming captains and earning the power to choose their teams,
Rico!
Genghis Khan.
the competition had officially begun. At the starting weigh-in, yet another surprise struck the contestants.
2 contestants will have to go home.
Pushing them to train with the ultimate intensity.
Everyone keep going! Saw! Shit!
And at the first official weigh-in, Desiree and Rico were the first to be eliminated. Coming back the following week with a vengeance, Raj's blue team forced the Reds into the elimination room.
Patty, 4 votes. Manjit, 4 votes. Which means you've left your fate in the blue team's hand.
My vote is for Scott.
With their strongest player out of the game, the Reds began to crumble, sparking the Genghis and Lori feud.
Shut up, you
The tides had turned as the Blues dominated the challenge.
We have a winner!
I live for this shit!
But at the weigh-in, the Reds found a way for the scales to tip back in their favor,
I'm sorry, Peachy. You did not lose any weight this week.
while the girls on the blue team found themselves falling victim to the boys' alliance. And then in week 5, the challenge changed everything.
I'm gonna ask you to nominate 1 member from your team to join the blue team permanently.
The team has decided to give Manjit up over to the blue team.
Boosted by a new team member, the Blues were rolling ahead.
Congratulations, blue team. You have won the challenge today.
And also won the ensuing weigh-in. But the Reds refused to allow Patty's departure to affect them. And in week 6,
Working hard! That's how we get back at the blue team this week!
their hard work paid off.
Red team, you are the winners of this week's weigh-in.
As they forced the Blues into the elimination room.
I'm sorry, Shakira. You will not be the biggest loser.
The weigh-in loss didn't break the Blues' spirit as the team grabbed a victory at the following week's challenge. And at the most dramatic weigh-in to date,
For the first time in the competition, both teams have lost the same amount of weight.
it came down to the slightest percentile.
This person betrayed my trust.
At elimination, the Blue Boys stuck together and threw the final female on their team under the bus. With the competition more than halfway complete,
This is where the training's going to go this week. Hard, boot camp style.
the contestants began to train with a sense of urgency. The hard work in the gym paid off for the Blue Boys as they forced the Reds into submission. At an emotional deliberation, the Reds couldn't decide who deserved to go.
I can see it.
Alas, it was Saw who was forced to say goodbye.
I'm sorry to do this to you.
Saw's absence tore the Red team apart,
Of course I have a personal grudge against you, Genghis. You called me a
while the Blues were stronger than ever. But at the week's challenge, the competition slate was wiped clean.
From this moment on, there will be no more teams.
Now is finally the singles part of the competition, so it's every man for himself.
Before the first singles weigh-in, Marion revealed the contestants' overall ranking.
Captain! Next captain.
To lose 25% of my body weight in just 9 weeks, it's huge.
And at the weigh-in, a former Blue and Red team member found themselves below the yellow line.
One of you will be going home tonight.
And it was Jonathan's turn to go home. As the last two members of the former Blue team left standing, Raj and Leo felt outnumbered.
Now it's like one bad week will just send you home.
The night before the next weigh-in,
Let's do this.
Marion surprised the contestants with a temptation challenge.
None of you are gonna eat the pizza.
Leo was going for it.
Leo gave in and ate his way to a 3-kilo weight loss advantage, which kept him alive at the weigh-in.
You just bumped yourself up to the #1 spot, Leo.
Forcing Lori and Fish to find themselves below the yellow line.
The two former Reds on the yellow lines. That has been my worst fear of the single. And shit, it happened.
Later, an unexpected split vote in the elimination room meant that it was time for Fish to swim her way out of the competition.
The person with the lowest weight loss percentage at the weigh-in will have to go home. That's you, Fish.
After Fish's departure, Lori became the last woman standing.
I think there are two very distinct alliances. There's Leo and Raj, and Nai and Genghis. And then there's me, myself and I.
Just before week 11's challenge,
Is that ice cream? The contestant to finish a tub of ice cream the fastest will receive a 15-second head start at this week's challenge.
Oh my God, Genghis. Oh my God.
The technique in winning an ice cream challenge is just suck it and gulp it all down.
despite a 15-second advantage, Genghis couldn't reap the benefits.
Come on, Genghis, faster! Nai is catching up!
When Nai first overtook me, I had to look at his kayak to see if there was an engine on it.
And yet again, Nai took the lead and won his third straight individual challenge.
I feel amazing having all the single challenges in my hand. It's a great victory. It's a clean sweep.
Later at the weigh-in,
You've lost 1 kilo, Leo.
for the first time, Leo sank below the yellow line,
I'm sorry, Leo. You're in the 5th spot.
joining Lori on the chopping block.
I want this pretty bad. Not taking anything away from you, Lori, but if she wants it, I want it 10 times more.
I deserve to stay here as much as anybody else here.
And it was Genghis who was conflicted on who to vote out.
Seriously, Lori, have you really been pushing yourself in the gym?
What you're saying is that I don't deserve to be here? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Okay, well, Genghis, I think you're full of shit.
That woman is a hypocrite liar.
Genghis eventually played it safe by voting off the bigger threat.
Leo, with a heavy, heavy heart.
Raj, you've just lost your last blue team member. So as a former team captain, how do you feel?
It's time to sail the ship till it sinks and never give up.
During the final week at the mansion, a devastated Raj felt more isolated than ever.
How am I gonna deal with the last former blue?
It's definitely crush Raj. It all boils down to karma. Since day one, Raj, he was just thinking about himself. And now it's coming back to him.
False
fast.
Go on, Raj.
Now being the last blue team member standing, it sucks. I pray to God that I get to be in the final 3.
And at the weigh-in, much to the former red team's frustrations, Raj's 5-kilo weight loss clinched his place in the finale as he joined Nye above the yellow line,
Congratulations, Nye and Raj.
forcing Genghis and Lori to be nominated for elimination. And it came down to Nye's decisive vote to determine who will be joining him at the finale.
Lori.
Lori, I'm sorry to tell you, you will not be the biggest loser, and your journey will end tonight. Genghis, Nye, Raj, congratulations, you're the final 3. Guys!
Yeah.
After 16 had arrived, only 3 were left standing. Nye, the Thai dragon, the boy who lives for this, Raj, and Genghis, the proud Pinoy. These 3 have survived 3 months of strenuous training, exhausting challenges, and 12 weigh-ins. And tonight, they will step on the scales for one final time to determine who takes the crown. But before that, we will share in their excitement when they go home for the first time in months. We'll also take a look at how they're coping with life back in the real world and what they've been doing to stay the course on their weight loss journey. All this to win $100,000 US and be crowned Asia's next biggest loser.